Okay, today we're doing math pages 65, 66, and then I also want you to get out math pages 67 and 68. 65, 66, 67, and 68. Okay, these are going to be super easy. Class practice number 1 here. It says find the correct number to go in the blanks. Well, half of 4 pencils would be 2. 2 pencils would be half of them. 1/3 of 9 blocks. If you were to divide those blocks into thirds, you would then have 3 blocks. 1/5 of the arrows, if you were to divide those arrows up evenly amongst 5 people, 1/5, each person would have 3. And then over to the side, over on this side, it says divide the 4 pencils into 2 groups of, and I want you to put 2 here, and we're going to divide it into 2 groups of 2. Circle those 2, and then I'll circle those 2. I want you to do the same thing. Or you could do it like this. And then B, divide there's 9 blocks into 3 groups of 3. So go ahead and make 3 groups of 3, either the way I just did, or you could go this way. And then the last one, divide the 15 arrows into 5 groups of 3. Here's 1 group of 3. There's 2 groups of 3. There's 3 groups of 3. There's 4 groups of 3. And there's 5 groups of 3. Okay, 2A, we're multiplying and checking. 9 times 8 would be 72. Carry the 7. 9 times 7 would be 63, plus the 7 would be 70. 9 times 4 would be 36, plus the 7 would be 43. Go ahead and erase your numbers that you have at the top. Start with your 0 here for your second row. And now we'll do our spray with the 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 would be 15. And 2 times 4 would be 8, plus 1, 9. And again, we're going to erase our top numbers that we used. And now for our third row, we need to have 2 zeros. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 2 more is 23. And 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 more is 14. Okay, now we're going to add up our numbers. 2 plus 0 is 2. 0 plus 6 plus 0 is 6. 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 4 more would be 12. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 9 is 14, plus 3 more would be 17. 4 plus 1 is 5, and then bring down your 1. Put your comma after the first 3 numbers and circle your answer. We also need to check it, so I guess I shouldn't have circled it yet. But let's go ahead and do that. Check it now. By doing that, we'll switch our top number to the bottom and our bottom number to the top. And I'm going to allow you to do that on your own. Go ahead and check it. Let's look down at the story problem. For the first story problem, it's asking Miss Hackney about when she shopped at the farmer's market for the last 6 weeks. It's telling us what she spent each week. And then it's asking what her average is. So you need to add up each total. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Add them all up. And then divide them by how many numbers you use. Divide it by 6, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers that were used. And then you'll have your average that she spent for each week. And then the second story problem says Joshua ran 32 yards in 8 seconds. And it's asking at that rate, how many yards did he run in 1 second? And so you're going to divide your 8 into 32, and that's how you'll get your answer. Okay, go ahead and look at 67 right now. First is telling us to shade 1/2 of each shape. So go ahead and do that. I want you to go ahead and shade in 1/2 of each shape. I'm going to choose the top. You can do the bottom or the top. It doesn't matter to me. And shade it better than I have here. And I'll do the bottom on this side. Number 2, it says write the time for 3 1/2 hours later. Well, right at this time here, it looks like to me it is 12:08. So 3 1/2 later, well, after 12 comes 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 hours later, but then we got to do half. Now, half of an hour is 30 minutes, so we got to add 30 to our 8. So it's going to be 3:38. That would be the time, 3:38. Number 3, I don't have the picture of the flag up here, but you can see it on your page, and it's asking questions about France's flag, the flag of France. And it asks, how many parts does it have? Well, there's 3. There's the blue, the white, and the red part. So there's 3 parts. Are all the parts equal? Yes, they look about the exact same size, so we can say they're equal. How many parts are red? 1 of them are red. And what fraction of the flag is red? Well, 1 out of the 3 parts is red. 4, it's asking you to measure the line to the nearest 1/2 inch. If you were to take your ruler here and you measure from A to B, and then you got to figure out what your measurement would be and write it down below. Number 5, it says find 1/2 of each number by dividing by 2. Okay, half of 16, well, if you divided 16 by 2, you'd get 8. Then B, half of 10, well, if you divided 10 by 2, you'd get 5. C, you'd get 9. And D, you'd get 12. Number 6, it says to mark under the fractions. Circle each denominator. Alright, so we got to mark in which ones are fractions here. I think it's pretty obvious which ones are fraction. let's see. There's a fraction, there's a fraction, and there's a fraction. And it also told us to circle the denominator. Remember, the denominator is the bottom number. And remember, downstairs is your denominator, the one that's down. For 7a, it asks us to estimate how full each container is. Is this cup, is it half full or 1/5 full? It's half. The syrup, you see just a little bit at the bottom, is it 7/10 full or 1/10 full? It's 1/10 full. And the honey here, it's a full thing of honey. So does that mean it's 5 out of 5 full? Or is it 3/5 full? It's 5/5. And any number over itself, like 5/5, or 7/7, or 100/100, any number over itself always equals 1. And it's basically, we have one whole container of honey here. Okay, go ahead and do the rest on your own. You guys are smart. I know you can do it.